Welcome to the February 6th edition of Colorado Inside Out Postgame, a special web-exclusive production here on Channel 12. Let's get a quick take on the Boulder City Council, the gift that just keeps on giving, unanimously approving an expanded outdoor smoking ban this week. The restrictions apply to the use of traditional and e-cigarettes in city parks, near bus stops, and building entrances in the downtown business district. Patty Calhoun from Westward. Boulder, as I said in the intro, is always there for us, giving us something to talk about. Smoking bans, we figured Boulder's going to lead the way in there, but then including e-cigarettes surprised me, especially to that kind of extent. At some point, there's just going to be sentries on US 36, and it'll be done there. When you heard this, what went through your mind?
That pretty soon we won't be able to go up to Boulder if we are wearing clashing colors. I'm not talking gang colors, I'm just talking inappropriate outfits. The kind of, we've talked about it before, the prudy pants nannyism in Boulder can get really bad. Secondhand smoke, we know people have concerns about it. We understand these concerns might have gone a little further than they needed to in Boulder, but with those e-cigarettes, it does seem from all the signs the danger is not there, so that just means they don't like it because it's not a very pretty habit.
David Kopel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School. Very good knowledge of the city of Boulder. You have. When you saw this and Boulder pulling this, were you surprised?
No, because it has its dominant political force that elects the city council is extremely intolerant, puritanical, fascist type people who make things worse by congratulating themselves on how open-minded and liberal they are. Part of the collateral damage on this is people with mental illness. About 1% of the U.S. population has schizophrenia. The data are very strong in multiple studies that a lot of people with schizophrenia smoke, and it turns out that nicotine improves cognition for them. It's not a huge improvement, but it's some. And so you're telling somebody who's got this horrible mental disease that they're trying to deal with, and like maybe it help them calm down and get a nice break and improve their cognition a little bit by going out for a walk on the creek path and vaping, and you take that away from them for no good purpose other than this aesthetic fascism.
Eric Sonneman, political analyst. I guess it wasn't surprising seeing the headline, but will this set any sort of precedent for other towns? I'm hoping, just from my personal point of view, that it stays here, but it is the city of Boulder. It's a pretty big city in Colorado. Do other people take this cue?
Oh, maybe. We'll see if it has any legs. Let me real quickly set up my credentials. Through my longtime firm, I did the tobacco tax increase that passed in this state 10 or 11 years ago. I've done smoke-free ordinances in many municipalities around this state. I've been involved through my old firm in the anti-tobacco movement for many years. And with all that as background, at some point you have to know when to declare victory. Have a party declare victory. I hate secondhand smoke, but I can now, unlike 10 or 15 years ago, I can avoid secondhand smoke when I go out to eat or in almost every part of my life. There are smokers out there. It is a miserable habit. I wish they would quit. It is an unfortunate habit. But I don't think we need to make them more outcasts or more pariahs than is already the case. I go back to my point. Know when to declare victory. This battle has been largely won. It is time to move on to something else.
Eric, I definitely agree with you. I've never been a fan of smoking and see the damage it has just on a family level. But it's astonishing that you can actually create sympathy for people with this habit when you see things like this. Natasha Gardner, senior editor of 5280 magazine, wrap it up for us.
Well, to piggyback on that point, I think it's also addressing what things work and what things are maybe an overkill of regulations and everything else. Frankly, when I was looking at this, I was like, I can't even remember the last time that I saw someone using a vape pen in an open space because they're so discreet about it, or it's not something they're doing when I'm taking my kid out for a walk at 10 o'clock in the morning. But that being said, I ended up on Aurario campus at noontime this week, and then I was like, oh, this is who's buying vape pens, like the entire place. So if that's a concern, and what they're using it for might be different too. But let's talk about education campaigns. So stopping use before it starts, dealing and looking at the programs that address education for youth. I think those those are much more effective than stopping open space vape pens.
And now we know where to start on the Metro campus. That's all the time we have for Colorado Inside Postgame this week. Leave us a comment and tell us what you think. For everyone here at CPT12.org, I'm Dominic Dezzutti. Thanks for watching.